Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of What's Your Ever After. Today on the show, I am grateful and honored to be here with Chief Marshal from Chapel Island. There's a lot going on Chapel Island now. On What's Your Ever After, I started out that I had visions years ago about Chapel Island. I didn't know exactly where it was coming from or what it was exactly, but now there's a lot of controversy around it. Chief Marshal, would you like to give us some history on Chapel Island?
Well, Chapel Island goes back a long way. So the community itself is called Boutilier, the mainland side, but Chapel Island is the island itself. It goes back, way beyond. It's been an ancient burial site for our people for many years before Christianity and all that stuff. People from right from Maine to Quebec, Newfoundland, PEI, all over Nova Scotia, they would bury their people there in the spring. People that died in the winter, they bring them back in there'd be three canoes, one in the front, one in the back, and usually the loved one be in the middle. And they come in and every spring they bury them. So it's been always if you ever go there, you'll see humps and everywhere. And I always wondered why there is humps. And I always thought they were graves myself, and everybody else did. So when they had the flood in here just before Thanksgiving, we had the rainstorm there. We opened up some graves. We think they're graves. We still there's an archaeologist that came, and she looked at them and she asked me, "Did you want me to go further?" I said, "No, don't bother them." She was about 97% sure they were graves, and I said, "No, don't even bother them." But dimensions that showed,
Right.
and nails that were used way back then, dated in the 1700s or early 1800s. They're rounded, they're handmade nails, and the boards were still, you could still see them. This week we covered them over.
You covered them over?
Yeah, as best possible. We're still gonna fix it in the spring, some more. So
Right.
as much as but that's nature, right? So,
Right. So you want to leave them be and let nature take its course, and you believe that they're graves.
we believe they're graves, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And elders tell us they're graves also.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to your elders, and even my parents would tell you. See, we've been telling people there's graves back there for a long time. They keep building these shanties or cabins on top of them.
On top, yeah.
On top of the grave, so I think the whole island is a graveyard. So, and I don't even think that there's other islands there also. I think they're graves also. But we're hoping to get some funding and see how far back the graves are at. We want to relocate the cabins, but first I want to see if there's more graves in the back.
Right.
If they are, then we're gonna have another plan, I guess,
Okay.
in place. But I just want to be more respectful to our ancestors, and also with the people with the cabins. We're just gonna make sure what's there, right?
Right. And if it is what it is, then you're moving the cabins.
We're moving the cabins or whatever we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully people are on side. We take care of the island every year, so
Right.
it's costing us quite a bit of money
Mm-hmm.
to do half the animals St. Anne's mission. We call them Maoyomi. It's mission. The missionaries called it a mission.
Mm-hmm.
We converted our people back to we converted our people to Christianity way back then. So, and
Right.
we call them Maoyomi. It's more suitable for our people. So,
Right.
but it's not an airy feeling, but it's a good feeling. When you're on the island, you feel safe. Really, I do anyway. But there's some people that see things. They see a lot of spirits, and
They see a lot of spirits on the island.
probably get overwhelmed because they see quite a bit of them. I guess that's what they told me anyway.
Right.
I have respect for them, so
Right.
I don't judge. So
That's what you're supposed to do, and spirits are everywhere, and that's good that you want to do that.
no, leave them be.
Right.
We just covered them up as best as possible right now until something better
Right.
comes along. We could fix it.
Right.
But I know we've seen some projections for the island next 20, 30, 50 years time.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly going to be covered by water anyway, right up to the church.
Right.
So you can't really Mother Nature, right?
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So we lost a lot of the land base already, but I've seen pictures from the early 70s, aerial views. You see all the land and it's already in the water already.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first, probably it's been happening for many years already. It's the first time we ever actually picked it up and seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear stories from my mother, my grandfather going there, I gotta go cover the graves up. Water, the rain washed them away. So
Right.
But my grandfather was he used to make the caskets way back then out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 1900s. He was a coffin maker back then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why my mother kind of knows quite a bit. And my dad also. They always talk about this one used to make coffins and actually go outside and go in the woods and cut the tree down and make the spruce cabinets, coffins, whatever they're called.
Right.
You know, and that's how we did. But way back then it was even different.
Mm-hmm.
Like our people never used to bury our people.
Right.
They would cover them over.
Cover them over, right.
And there's always, if you go to Chapel Island, you look right across, there's a gaping, there's like a gouge right out of the land. And when they tested the ground, they said this ground didn't come from on this island. So when they looked and when they went to the other side,
that's where it came from?
That's where it came from. You'll see a big gouge there. I always wonder what did they do there?
Right.
So it's probably went back hundreds of years. They were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's just one idea, but could be wrong, but I don't know.
Right.
So.
And you had a spiritual ceremony?
We had traditional people come down yesterday, and we had a priest also come down yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he went we did some songs and make back and just to put them to rest.
Right.
You know, we covered them back up as best possible right now. But we'll go back again and fix it again in the spring. So it's a lot of work there. So
there is.
But you know, they said like we've been saying, the cabin's got to be moved eventually.
Right.
I'm not saying tomorrow, yes, or next day or next week, but eventually got to be moved.
Okay.
You know, it's going to take a lot of time and effort to do it. It's not going to happen overnight.
No, for sure.
You know, and hopefully people will listen and, you know, it's happening everywhere. Like in the States there now, they're talking about burial grounds now. Here's right in our own backyard, our own people are doing it.
Right.
So it's not okay. It's got to be done. So, and I think people are listening, and I think they respect. But at first they were kind of hesitant, and they didn't believe it. So
yeah, you're gonna have people on both sides
but,
of the fence.
You know, we don't want to fight with nobody. We just want to do the right thing. So
right, and that's what this is about, and that's what I hope that What's Your Ever After this show is focused on, spirituality and keeping the respect of it.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Respect for the dead, and I don't want to move them. They were there before us, so
okay.
Let them stay in their own place. So
Yeah.
that's how I see it anyway. But
Exactly.
a lot of our council sees it that way also.
Mhm.
But I like to see go back the old ways, and when there's a road there that goes back to the go about a kilometre in.
Mhm.
They say it's one of the oldest roads, and there's graves on either side. Even the Grand Chief said that. He said they're buried everywhere. You know.
And they say you can see spirits on Chapel
Some
Island.
people do, yeah. I don't. I'm not going to say I don't see spirits myself. I'm not. But you could feel it sometimes, right?
Right.
When you're there, it's peaceful, and you know, of all the times, all the same, all the only that's been going on, there hasn't been a single incident that anybody got hurt there or died on the island. And it's amazing because the cabins are so close together. If someone had a fire, we're lucky nothing has happened yet like that.
Yes. Okay. Well, it was very nice to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming, Chief Marshal.
No problem.
And I want to send blessings and light to Chapel Island
That'd be nice. Great.
and your community.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.